So how did you meet Katie Noel?
I met her through the guy named Josh, who actually brought by several of probably the best artists that I probably had collectively. Caitlin James, who I still work with, probably the best one of them all. He brought Pants. I think he might have brought even Pants first, then Caitlin, and then he brought Katie. And when I saw her, I was like, this is just too easy.
So how did you become her manager and producer?
As far as producer, I put Sava on there, who was my pops, my mentor, and a Grammy Award winner, the person who actually made waves. I actually put him as the producer on it first because I knew it might be some racial stuff that went along with the whole little Katie Noel situation.
Did you ever experience any racism from the country rap people?
Not when I went to the concerts. You could see the Confederate flags, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're racist. So it really wasn't racist stuff. There was racist paraphernalia, but it didn't mean it was racist. But I think they was kind of on their best behavior trying not to be. So I never really experienced it from like just the community until stuff went bad.
Elaborate on when stuff went bad. Is that just when everybody started turning on Katie?
Well, let me reframe that. So I never experienced no stuff personally at the beginning because, I mean, people kind of, if you remember, people kind of turned on her immediately. I mean, you had the haters, I guess, but the community really didn't embrace her like just wholeheartedly. You had people at the top like her, but you had, what made her pop was the person at the very top like her, and then a lot of people underneath her, like we had her at Diesel Crates, the dude Justin, I forgot his name at the time, but it turned out to be Justin Time. He the one publicly hated her, always said that she rapped out his nose, and you know, later he became a fan and then rival, then fan, then rival again. It was weird. It was all weird.
So Diesel Gang was her breakthrough song,
right?
What's the story behind the song and the music video?
So how I became her manager and producer is one and the same with how the song came along and how the video came along. So the dude Josh had this really piece of shit guy that was doing her videos, and he didn't show up. He had other stuff to do. So she was sitting there, you know, kind of upset. And I just stepped in and made it pop. I think she went through several managers before that. And then after that, you know, she was kind of a little free agent there for a minute. And I stepped in and, hey, you know, since we got the song, I told her that Sava produced, but me and my right hand, Guy Burr, did everything for it. Kind of came up with the whole, the noise and slowed it down and all that good stuff, just like everything, the majority of the stuff. That's how I became her producer / manager, because Josh kind of dropped the ball, and I was already working. I was already a producer at the beginning, but I gave it to Sava because of the racial undertones. I knew it was easy just because the competition was really, it was like stealing candy from a baby at that time in that genre. It's because it was so underwhelming.
So are you currently her manager / producer?
No. She terminated that, and it was kind of something that I knew was going to happen. I pushed on it. I was kind of done after the fake rape stuff. Really, you know, we kind of did that dance and all of that, so I kind of lost my interest. I mean, my stinger went. Just really, after somebody claims fake rape on any man, rather whatever type of man it is, it really just threw off everything. It ruined everything.
So you definitely feel like she set up Upchurch?
Oh yeah, even her mom was kind of telling me that she did it. Her and her ex-girlfriend kind of came up with the whole thing, and even when she came here, I asked her a bunch of times if she did it or not. I mean, her mom kept saying she did, and you know, I was trying to be a manager and was like, okay, well, what did he do? He really didn't do anything. I mean, if somebody was asleep, and she kind of drove down there to get it because it was weird when she got here, man, nothing was wrong. She didn't want to press charges, so that was kind of a red flag. If anybody gets, you know, played with or anything, and they in that good of mine, I was like, you know, I don't think you should go that far. And it was just got out of hand. Her uncle kind of sent a letter to them on my behalf, making me look like the person who was chasing down that whatchamacallit when it was her and her family, the majority of it. I was trying to not to do it, to be factual about it. I tried not to do it, and I was outvoted with a lot of the rest of the stupid decisions that she made.
So how do you feel about Upchurch?
Trendsetter, man. You know, like I say, some people don't use the flag as a racist thing, and I'm not saying that he's not racist. It might be some stuff. It might just be that little. Some people think they're not, and they might just little. Even if you're offensive, man, it could mean like that. I don't know if he's. I think it's others that's definitely worse than him when it comes to being racist. I don't see him as being like this guy that just want to kill niggas and all that shit. I don't see that. I don't see him just going out his way to hate black people and do bad for black people. I think he kind of cool with them. I just think that he's not sensitive to how the flag make other people feel. And that's kind of not cool. It kind of will keep him at a level that won't let him be as big as he should be, because I think he's very, very talented. I mean, I think he's the Pied Piper of all that. If it wasn't for Brian, I don't think none of these guys will be having the success in the country or in the country rap as anything. I mean, he really blazed that trail. He's the truth when it comes to artistry and being a true artist. He's the real deal.
How do you feel about Adam Calhoun?
Definitely the total opposite. He sucks. I mean, he's not good at all. He piggybacked his whole career. All he did was make collaborative albums with everybody. I think he did one with Hozier, which he turned around and dissed him, and that's what got his big fame, because Ryan didn't like him, so then he didn't like him, and then so whoever nobody liked, that's who he didn't like. And he just was he was a clickbait artist. He came in at the right time. He was second best, and it wasn't really another lane that they had, because he really pursued the racist, hate you nigga lane. You know, he really did that, and I don't think he's talented. I think he's a really horrible person, man, that always just uses the situation to overcome, like say if it was whatever it is going on in the world. Hey, look at it. I mean, it's really bad, man. It's more of a comedian. Like, I think if one time I even looked at one of his things and he was mad because Google listed him as a comedian. And that's probably because he's a fucking joke. So
you've met and been around Upchurch and Calhoun a few times.
Absolutely.
Times.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been around Upchurch. I went to Upchurch house, and we had actually Adam come in to our house, which he totally disrespected Saver, but that's almost something for another interview. But anyway, I went to Ryan house, and he treated me with open arms. He gave me some smoke, and that was pretty cool. He always going to have a spot in my heart because he gave me some grass. That's how you kind of get cool with the kid. But anyway, I went to his house, man, and he was cool. You could tell that he wanted to say nigga more than he kept trying to, and it was kind of weird. Him and Katie kind of wanted to say it, but I was there. But I don't think, like I say, I don't think his is as egregious as, I think it's some cool white boy shit that say nigga with his friends, you know. I don't think it's some that he wants to go kill niggas. I don't think that. Now, Adam maybe, but I don't think that Ryan is like that, man. It's just hate black people. I don't think so.
Have you seen Katie's new song getting roasted by everybody? And do you have anything to do with it?
Hell no, I have nothing to do with that. Everything we did, even after the Ryan thing, we did Miss Tennessee, which is the last. Miss Tennessee and We Build Trucks is the last thing me and my crew did for her. And those were good. Those was pretty successful. And I saw it. And as soon as, I never said anything to the team about none of the songs. I kind of was looking at it and I was like, yeah, go ahead, that's cool. As long as you do something, we still be getting cheese off that shit. So I was like, hey y'all, have y'all heard that new fucking song? And then it was like, no. And I was like, man, this one is just not good. And I was wondering if it's because I just didn't like her as a person. But no, everybody don't like the fucking song. It's horrible. It's really bad. I mean, it's real bad. And the funny thing, I saw flashes of her non-writing ability, but then on the whole key, I saw flashes of brilliance. So it was kind of weird because it'll be a super great writing song and it would just come from God, and then it'll be the worst song ever and worst rhyme selection ever, and it'll literally come from hell.
Would you say that you taught Katie how to rap?
Man, I think I could have taught her how to rap. I think I got her from not totally sucking. I think I cleaned her up a little bit, but like, I think I told my brother Guy, because Guy was always saying, hey man, why don't you be more involved with it? And I was like, man, I don't feel like it's going to last long. And I don't feel like she would be receiving of the coaching. I think she already thinks she's there. And that was after the point, I think she might have did the song with Adam, and then Adam kind of claimed that he started teaching her. And that's kind of when I stopped. And you could see it kind of got, she probably was a quick bloomer, man, but she didn't really grow as an MC how I want an MC to grow. And that's kind of got stale to me a little bit because I wasn't as hands-on as I was in the later songs. But she was in good hands because my son took care of her, and that's still me doing it. But when it comes to rap, I just wish I could have had more input, because when it comes to the music, Guy had all that. I mean, I really kind of got mad that I couldn't do as much with the music because he had got so good. But the rapping part, I thought I could have made it much, much, much better. And listening to her now, I'm glad I didn't, so she could suck how she sucks, to be honest. I'm glad I didn't, because I think somebody would have got something that was really, 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 really fierce. So I'm glad I didn't waste my time.
Do you feel like Katie is a racist?
Yes, absolutely. Definitely. I mean, I done been places where she used to be like, oh, please don't be racist. Please don't be racist. She done called Second Chance a nigga. She said, it's nothing worse in this world than nothing worse on the planet than being a Mexican. And just shit like that, man. It was pretty bad, but the money was good. So I was like, hey, they did it to us. I'm gonna ride back with it, baby. So, but the whole thing, sometimes was uncomfortable, but it was necessary. And sometimes business sucks. So you had to look at it as business. I listened to Think and Grow Rich. He talks about that opportunities comes disguised. So I really think that was a great opportunity for me and the crew to really harness our skills. And now I think we could compete with any mix house, master house, production house in the country, off that situation. She's tough now. She's really talented. She had a lot to do with her music. I'm not taking that away from her. But at the end of the day, it was a ceiling. It was a ceiling. It wasn't open for growth.
Broadnax.
The hare that didn't win the race.
Big Poe.
The tortoise that won the race.
Adam Calhoun.
Sucker, man. He's just not a good person. Copycat, always jumping on the bandwagon, start beef, scared to finish. He's just a fucking coward.
Ryan Upchurch.
The man. The trendsetter, the trailblazer. He cool with me.
Morgan Wallen.
He the truth too, man. Tennessee boy. I think that was smart. Not dealing with Ryan a little bit. I think it was just smart because business. Sometimes business, he wanted to go in a different way, and he understands that it's more. That's just my opinion. I think both of them talented, but I think Morgan has a higher ceiling because he's willing to deal. He's not willing to alienate or just to make people uncomfortable with his actions. He really cares, it seems like.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll. I think Jelly Roll forgets where he comes from. I think some of the statements he made lately that just, I don't get it, because I remember him as being this rapper and always with the brothers. And I mean, he got gold teeth. And then I see on the other day when they say, you know, who is the next country guy? And he says, Struggle. When Ryan, if it wasn't for Ryan, I don't think he would actually be where he is right now. I don't think Tom McDonald would be where he is right now if it wasn't for Ryan. And he says that, you know, Ryan is too rap, but he was too rap. And now all of a sudden, he just this country guy that forgot all about the brothers with his gold teeth having ass.
Tom McDonald.
Clickbait. He's just like Adam, but I don't think he's as racist as Adam. I think he's a smart. Way smarter than Adam. He knows how to keep the bullshit going. He's really, really smart on finding the most sensitive shit that's going on with America and really monetizing it. I mean, it's really simple what he's doing, but he's so good at it now, man. He really finds it, and his girl, Rockwell, I forgot her name, but what if his girlfriend really brings it with the visuals too, man. They have a really nice thing going on. I don't like the music, but I like the packaging of the product. And for being an independent, I think it's genius.
Art of Kicks.
Cool dude, man. I think he's a cool dude. I think he's the only one that kind of called it how he saw it. I don't think he was influenced by it that much. Maybe the views might have made him say cool stuff about Adam. And I think that's what a lot of dudes, I think Adam might have paid those guys to say cool stuff about him. Overall, he was a cool one, man. I thought he was kind of honest and kind of real with it, other than the stuff that he said about Adam, the good stuff, because Adam paid for all of that stuff. I really don't like that guy against the shows.
Simba TV.
Fake as hell. I mean, just total. He's the type of person like real niggas like myself really don't like. It's just annoying. And he tries to be, even the way he say nigga. Just those type of niggas, they need to be just push them over there where they need to go, wherever. If that's where they want to be, on that side of the fence, and really hate their own kind, then you probably should just go ahead and bleach yourself.
Johnny Cashville.
Pussy.
Country Rap Review.
That is Uncle Ruckus and Uncle Tom at the finest. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. I don't get it. It's a big try. Like, you know, they can't make it work in the quote traditional hip hop, so they think that they could come over here and be the Pied Piper when they don't really know shit, had no success. All wonder, you know, it was kind of weird, man. It was weird as fuck. Very weird. Weird brothers, man. Y'all need to be ashamed of y'all fucking self.
Second Chance.
That's my nigga. I think everybody in the game was scared of him. All of that country rap shit was really, really scared of that brother, man. He had it. Him and Ryan had the same manager, and man, I just saw a different approach for Ryan than approach for Second Chance. I remember a couple times we was at shows and he was supposed to go after Adam was supposed to go after Second Chance, and he made this big old fucking stink about it and still didn't go on after him. But he's just really good, man. Very talented. Should have blew up bigger, but nobody really wanted to accept him because of his skin color, in my opinion.
Lil Nas X.
It's very trendy. I think country rap wouldn't accept him because he had too many X's, like his name. He was black and gay. And one time we were supposed to have a show with him, and I think it was Adam and Katie was on the show, and he didn't want to do it because of Adam. And after that, man, he canceled all his shows just because of the blowback he would have got from doing a show with a person like Calhoun.
Yelawolf.
Yelawolf, he the man. He really don't fit in with the country rap guys to me.
Savannah Dexter.
Man, it was horrible. I think Katie could have beat her if she would have let me and Guy help her more. At that point, I don't think Guy was really interested in doing the production at that point, man. It was to the point that he was even looking at me funny, man. Came at me one time and was like, "Hey, when is this gonna stop?" and I understood exactly what he said, and I mean I felt bad because I knew he was right, and I had to kind of lean on Katie's side because that was where the money was, you know. Glad I didn't let her riff up the relationships I had with my team.
Bravo Gator.
Coward, man. Just like Adam, he's even more of an opportunist. Like, all that shit was so tuffy until, you know, behind the DMs is where that gangster shit go on, and they didn't want to play behind the DMs. You know, in the DMs is where I was doing my talking and my walking. None of them cats really wanted to play that game. You know, once it got real serious, like, you know, nigga shit, it just stalled. You know, all that shit kind of was like, hey, we ain't trying to do that. You know, but I wanted to smell them. You know, I wanted to smell their cologne. Let's not do the things on the internet with all that stuff. I'm not used to that, with all that stuff. You know, I took what he did personal. I think he's blessed. Let's say that. He's blessed.
Justin Times.
Another blessed one. Saw him in his eyes, coward.
Drake McGuire.
Man, that's somebody you kind of feel sorry for. I think he's like an alcoholic, been used by everybody, promised things, and it serves him right that he got to be the director of the worst country rap song ever, and probably one of the worst country rap videos ever. So it served him right to be a part of that bullshit.
Katie Noel's mom.
You know, you don't want to say bad stuff about people, especially people who want to be good. I can't say everything about her is bad, but I wish I could say everything about her was good. I don't know. Out of respect, I probably just leave it like that.
Command Shift.
Thieves. Another opportunist. They're actually getting sued right now for $10 million over tampering with artists. Hopefully, you know, I could tell you what we got going on against them, but they have a history with tampering with artists. And, you know, usually when people do dirty shit, it comes around to them. So we just taking our time and letting things build. But I think they'll be getting a letter from us and pretty soon.
Colt Ford.
He started something that was cool, and Ryan took it to the next level. Like, hip hop started in the East, and West Coast made it better. I think hip hop started with Colt Ford, and Ryan made it better.
Bez Believe.
Somebody that tried to get in the country rap world, but I think him being from Florida and being real, only thing that they thought was cool that he liked Donald Trump. He wasn't against him, you know. So that's the only thing that was working with him, is because he liked Trump and hated Democrats.
Donald Trump.
The reason why I think Donald Trump got so much love in country rap, because it personified them as a person. Like, we go back to the first question, and you asked me, did I ever feel racist towards from the country rap people? And like I say, man, they didn't show it to you, but you knew it was there. So that's the reason why I think they really, really embraced Trump, because they naturally was racist, but they didn't really want to expose themselves or claim it, but they'll have everything. They might even say, "Hey, I hate niggas, but I love black people" on the back of their shirt. So that's kind of what Trump kind of does. Like it's weird, man. Their actions say stuff that's different from coming out of their mouth. Like they'll say, "Yeah, me and black people cool," but then you'll see a black person probably run them over with your big truck or something. So that's the reason why I think that group really like Trump, because it personified them as a group.